What's going on, everyone? So, today at Cookbook Chronicles, we're going to be making these Gruyere Gougeres, and these are made from choux pastry. Um, they serve them at the French Laundry. It's one of their canapes. So, this is it right here, puffed up. But, what you're looking for is a nice, airy pocket. Both of these. Like, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy. First things first, we are gonna finally grate this beautiful Swiss Gruyere cheese that's been cave aged. And the reason you want to get this really finely shredded is because you're gonna mix about a third of it into your choux pastry once we make it. Now that we have roughly 1 cup of grated Gruyere cheese, the next thing that we'll need is butter, a little pinch of sugar, kosher salt, some all-purpose flour, 3 eggs, and some cold water. I'll be sure to list all the ingredients in the description so you could measure out beforehand and follow along if you'd like. Once you have all your ingredients measured out, take your water, butter, salt, and sugar and bring it to a boil. While you're bringing your water to a boil, it would be a perfect time to get your oven and set it for 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And eventually, we're going to cook the choux pastry at 450 degrees for about 5 to 8 minutes. Then once you see that they are set, you're going to lower the temperature to 350 and cook them for another 20 to 22 minutes. Once you are at a boil, you're going to get your all-purpose flour and add all of it at once to your pot. And make sure you stir with a wooden spoon. Lower your heat to about medium heat. And for me, that's like a 3 or a 4 on my stovetop because it's electric. And you're going to cook your dough for roughly 2 to 3 minutes until it forms a soft ball like that. Be sure to have your KitchenAid mixer ready or another mixing bowl ready. Using a paddle or a paddle attachment, you want to cool down your dough for about 30 seconds, so mix up on medium speed for about 30 seconds, and while you do that, you could crack your eggs and get them ready to add to your dough. Add your eggs in one by one. I know you're told to have 3 eggs, but start with 2. If you need 1 more, you could always add it later. But you want your dough to be creamy and smooth, no lumps like this. And you want it to either have soft peaks, or what I've always been taught was to have a V shape, or it should hold a V like that, where it's kind of hanging down in a V shape. Kind of hard to explain, I guess. But next, add 1/3 of your Gruyere cheese and mix again until silky smooth. Now, get your pastry bag fitted with a round tip. I believe it's like a medium hole tip, I guess you could call it. And as always, I use a quart container for holding my bag while I put the contents of it inside. Also, for better control, I always fill the bag roughly halfway and scrape it down so I don't waste any product. Then finally, you're going to grab a baking sheet with some parchment paper. You could use a Silpat, but I prefer using parchment for this. And when you pipe these out, you're going to pipe them out into round, and Try to hold the piping bag vertically up and down and hover the tip about a half inch from the parchment and pipe about a tablespoon of the choux pastry and pull straight up. Otherwise, you'll have kind of the poop emoji as your choux, and you don't really want that shape because they just won't come out even round or just not very sexy. The next tip, what you see me doing here, is I dab my finger in a little bit of water and press down the tips or the tails of the Gougères so it kind of rounds them off a bit. Then finally, what you're going to do is get the rest of your shredded Gruyere cheese and place it on top of all your little choux balls, I guess. Then into the oven, again, 8 minutes at 450 degrees Fahrenheit. Then turn the heat down to 350 and cook for another 20 to 22 minutes until they are golden brown, like so. What you want is a hollow inside. I tried tearing one and it didn't really go so well. So what you'll see next is me cutting into one using a serrated knife. And that's the one I tried to tear. Not so cute, but this one is hollow on the inside, gooey, cheesy, and all around delicious. And it's just creamy on the inside. You can't really tell, but it's hollow and very just cheesy and delicious. But it should take you no time to make these. I mean, the dough is really easy, basic, and simple. But yeah, they're so good. That is the video for today. Up next, we have yet another simple recipe to do, and it might even be easier than this one. Good thing is that it's roughly only 4 to 5 ingredients, and you can make this in about 15 minutes and please a crowd. Thanks again for coming, and like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have the French Laundry Cookbook, let me know if there's a recipe that you'd like to see, and maybe I'll get around to doing it. Thanks again, guys. Catch you next time.